Anyway.
Need that gold once we get out.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't quite get into Fallout so much, because everything was... It was so huge. It was the same kind of thing. Novice Hood.
Fallout 3 was... I mean, you have to play a long time, but you very quickly find the finite edges of Fallout 3. I never got into Fallout New Vegas because it felt like, again, there was too much to do. It was almost Skyrim-y because you could break down your ammo and construct like a dozen different kinds of your own ammo for all these different weapons, and it's like, oh my god, where does it end?
Yeah, just shoot bullets at the dude.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that a lot of people really liked, but I don't know, they didn't do it for me.
I want your cool ass hammer, look at that. As far as ass hammers go, that was the coolest.
I think GTA is a really fun party game. Like you can start the game like single player, and you can go and do the missions and whatever, which are the actual point of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want, you can just go make your own game up in it. Like, oh, let's see how far I can launch this car, how many cars I can blow up in a row, or if I can skydive and land in this fountain. You know, it's like all those stupid party games that we made up with GTA San Andreas and stuff like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't realize that you could. Ooh, longbow.
That's why I like GTA. Like right now, I'm just driving down the freeway, knocking everybody who's on a motorbike off of their motorbike. It's great. It's escapism. It lets you do things that you kind of want to do in real life, but can't because of consequences. It's great.
Yeah, my thing is I'm always looking for more stuff. Oh, look at all their arrows. Covered in arrows now. What do you think?
Is there any word on multiplayer for Stardew Valley happening anytime ever?
Let's see where this goes.
I think like what, a year ago they said, "Oh, we're finally working on it. Here we go." I played some Stardew this morning. It was kick-ass. I mean, I was falling asleep, but it was, yeah. I was probably too tipped to really get into it. But once I woke up, I enjoyed it fully. And then my day kind of fell away from it. Everyone showed up and they're all like, "Oh, you're not playing that thing you're gonna play? Okay, let's play that other thing that you're gonna play." Okay, I'm really not in the correct mental faculty to argue.
I hear you. Yeah, I did like 5 hours in the emergency room. That was great.
Well, that's a little different. That's when your body is telling your mind, guys, we need to change our plans here.
I did that gaming with you yesterday, and I was like tired and drowsy the whole time, even though I like just woke up. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go lay down, and I woke up, and I was like, I had a heart rate of like 130, and I was all cold sweating, and I'm like, I should probably go to the hospital and make sure I'm not dying. So anyway, I'm not dying as far as they could tell.
Nah,
I feel okay again now, but
I like opened this coin purse or something. What's the story? Coin purse? No, just 34 gold. Okay, I got 34 gold. What up?
give me your motorbike. Get back here.
There are giant spiders right here. Why are there always giant spiders?
Oh, we live very close to the surface, human. But no one has ever noticed this because no one comes 12.5 feet down here.
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons before. I think it might be fun. But there's also other types of like tabletop RPGs that are in like, and even if you play Dungeons and Dragons, it really depends on your DM and the world that they make. Like you can have a guy who you can have a guy who runs off the shelf canned campaigns, or you can make up your own campaign, and it doesn't have to be Swords and Horses fantasy. You could have the gritty urban whatever. You can have like a post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland thing, or whatever you want to do.
rather not tangle with her right now. Let's try to sneak by. Just take it nice and slow.
And I've never played it, but I'd like to try. And I was talking to the Beardo, and they were on a game in there like every Wednesday, I think. But I was kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, like I don't know any of those guys. And I know this is entirely on me, and it's kind of, I think it's a lot of the same way when I was in computer science. I really didn't like anybody else that was in computer science because I'm like, you guys are such a bunch of mouth breather nerds. But then I would go off and play Lego and dick around with Linux with Vic, you know. So it's like, who was I?
There's a way of doing it that isn't. I think that the difference might have been pretentiousness.
Maybe, I don't know. Like, everybody can have their own hobbies, but when your hobby becomes your identity.
Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact that the Gametronics guys are really nice guys and they do a lot of good stuff, but it's also like, you are so much. I think it's the level of intensity with which one is involved with something. I don't like doing stuff with people who are way less interested in doing that thing than I am, or with people who are way more interested in doing that thing than I am. You know, it's like, because I feel, first of all, it's like, okay, you're taking this way too seriously, or, you know, smarten up and take this more seriously. You know, it's like.
It's probably best if we split up.
So, life. You're describing life.
Yeah, it's like. Like, you and I have a fairly similar amount of intensity that we put into things like games.
Okay.
We differ on a lot of things, for sure. But when it comes to games, like you don't have your entire identity wrapped up in gaming. You don't have like meetings every week about not even like, you know, like video games are one thing. A lot of guys play video games as a hobby. Like, oh, let's sit down and crack open this game. Oh, it's a good game, or oh, I don't like that game, or whatever. It's a game, and when you're done, you come back out of the game and you're a person again.
Yeah.
But some of these people, and again, I'm not judging, because whatever you're into, if it works for you, that's cool. But like, I know some people who are so into gaming, like they have like weekly, like you know, like all those weird tabletop board games that Will Wheaton does or used to do every week on his show.
Mm-hmm.
And like they just play different board games, or like basically, if you are an expert at Settlers of Catan, you are more into gaming than I am. And it kind of like it's intimidating to try to join somebody who's that into stuff like that.
3 of the 13 ancient standing stones.
Okay, I follow that, because that happens to me a lot, where I sort of, someone says, hey, do you want to play this game? I'm like, yeah, okay. And they say, oh, do you play it? And I said, I have played it. And it's, yeah, but, and I can tell what they're asking. They're asking, is this going to be a serious game? You know, are we going to play 1984 Smith rules, or are you one of those weirdos that only goes by Django rules from 1987?
Yeah, that's kind of what I feel.
The cards, please.
Yeah, that's kind of what I feel is intimidating about getting into Dungeons and Dragons, because I've read about it, and then you get guys who are like, oh, I only play edition 3 rules because, you know, blah blah blah, and then 5. But like, everybody who's new into it who's not super serious all plays 5e rules, and like there's all these different rule sets for Dungeons and Dragons, and it's like, I don't really care which rule set I play. I've never played, but are you going to be super serious? Like, and I get the impression that by and large, people that play Dungeons and Dragons are not super like they're inviting. They want you to come play in their game. But I don't know. It's just, I still find it intimidating, and
the one thing that used to get me about Dungeons and Dragons is the way certain friends of mine, they say, you gotta come out to Dungeons and Dragons. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Oh, last week it was so awesome. We were trapped in this dungeon, and I had my 2 quad blades out, but you know, I couldn't move because they tied me to the floor, so I'm whipping one arm around like this. I'm like, you're whipping one arm around. This is very detailed. You know, I'm kind of used to.
Oh yeah, because they're
then
basically
I roll a d6.
yeah.
And
They're building a narrative. It's very much you're playing pretend. You're building a narrative. You're building a story on the rails of what the DM is. It's not a game like a pass go collect $200 kind of game. It's
no.
You're building a story with your teammates that the DM is, you know, trying to provide structure for. And that's so it's not really a game that has winners or losers. It's just you have a good time nerding it up with some friends. And that's if it's basically a bunch of people around a table doing verbal improv based on suggestions given to them by the DM, and then based on some rules. It's a huge improv game, is all it is. Man, GTA 5 is a good game. Look at me, not getting harassed by my cousin on the phone. Nico, let's go bowling. Go bowling with yourself. Get some friends. I'm busy.
Alvar can help you out.
I didn't even play GTA 4.
I liked it. It was good. If you when your phone rang, just hit B. I don't want to talk to you.
Well, that's what I did every time the phone rang in San Andreas. So I learned that little trick.
Yeah, because that one you always had all the ladies calling you and asking to do. I'm like, no, go away.
Well, I just didn't answer. No, I've done the lady thing. I'm done. I have figured out how to do this part of the game. It does not seem challenging. It just seems time-consuming.
Hey, it's kind of like having a relationship.
Well, yeah.
It's my mill. Some folks thinks it's my town too.
There's
but
Girder.
The Jarl in Whiterun owns the
My
land
name's
and the
Girder.
town.
Here,
Just pay the taxes.
feel that bicep. Strong as iron.
Rayloff? How do you know him?
He's right over there.
You did? We heard that Ulfric was captured. No,
He was a hell of a capture.
Sorry. But in times like these, I can't just take the word of a stranger who wanders into town claiming to be my brother's friend.
Fine, I'll go get him. I love how Nevermind is an option. Never mind, I'll just go do other stuff. I don't need to be a Dragonborn, whatever.
Although, it would explain what I saw earlier, flying down the valley from the south. I thought I must have just been seeing things. I don't know why, but I actually you've got the look of someone who's just seen a dragon. Things
I'm
just
like
go
all
from
sleepy
bad
and
to
stuff.
worse.
Wonder why.
War,
Yeah.
Now dragons.
I wonder.
What's this world coming to? The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless.
Trying to figure out how
We need to
to
get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever
keep
troops he can.
focus on what I'm
If you
doing
do that for
currently.
me, I'll be in your debt.
Did you ever get Terraria?
No.
Mara's mercy, you're
That's a
safe.
fun game.
Your friend told me about Helgen. But is it safe for you to be here?
It's like expansive and big enough, but it's also two-dimensional. So there's none of this run over here. Oh crap, where am I?
I think that's interesting. Go tell Chris's dad. I think that's interesting.
Pod, come here a minute. I need your help with something.
No.
What is it, woman? Sven drunk on the job again?
Pod, just come here.
Rayloff, what are you doing here? Huh. I'll be right down.
Oh, he's in the tree. Is he in the tree? Are we gonna go get a bigger boat? We'll be right down.
What?
Someone said, Rayloff, is that you? I'll be right down. And he was never heard from again. Is that you over there? Coming down? Take your sweet time?
I told you my sister would help us out.
How do I get to White? Why am I going to Whiterun? Was that dragon on your side?
Oh, hardly. I don't think even Ulfric could pull a dragon out of his pocket.
Okay, can't pull a dragon out of his
Lucky
pocket.
for us, it attacked when it did, eh? I wasn't looking forward to getting
Seems
a
legit.
shave from the Imperial headsman.
Mm-hmm.
Just head north. Can't miss it. It's the capital of Whiterun Hold. Jarl Balgruuf still hasn't declared for one side or the other.
Why do I have 4 new
So
items
at
in my
least you won't run
inventory?
into
Why
an
does stuff keep
Imperial
showing up in my
way.
inventory?
Well, I keep getting gifts from you.
Seriously?
That was
Don't
just
know?
2 things.
That was
It
Ulfric's
was-
Stormcloak
it was-
himself.
Yeah. I had 2
Yeah.
things in my inventory.
Right. The leader of our fight against the Empire.
What are these?
I forget that
Oh,
most
these
people
are,
know what he looks like, except for those Imperial wanted posters.
What is the good stuff?
No, it's trading cards from what you call it? That game that I gave you, Surgeon Simulator.
Oh, yeah.
Which is I got past the first 2 surgeries. That is a hard game to play, man.
Okay. Bracken was online early this morning, so between 3 and 6. Actually, I turned it off at 5. I played Ghostbusters on Steam.
Yeah.
I don't remember how I picked it up, but I picked it up, and it's it's one of those things you just kind of wander around. It's like Mario Sunshine, but you're a Ghostbuster. It's a bit more like Luigi's Mansion. There's no jump button, and it's all just kind of wander around. You got to figure it all out. But so there's 3 bits of capturing a ghost. It's got this clock of health around it, much like Mario Sunshine. So you got to take down all of its tokens, and they're pretty easy to take down. But you have to lay a shot on it, and you've just got this straight shooting proton pack, and it doesn't, sort of seek into it. So you're just gonna, and if you can get it connected, and these ghosts are whipping by super fast. So it takes a while to actually get them down. And then when they get down to 3 little of these little pegs, then they turn red. And at that point, you need to switch over, and instead of just clicking on them with your proton pack, you got to hit Shift and click, and then that turns into grabber mode, and that's the one that is like a cage around them. And then you got them in grabber mode, but you also have to chuck out your trap, which is like the F button. So chuck out your trap. It's got a cool little white beam. And then with your grabber, you got to pull the ghost over top of the trap. And when you do that, you got to do that by also you snap it by clicking the right mouse button at the same time. So you're like snap. You're taking more of a fight out of it. It's the most intense fishing game I've ever played. And you're underwater with them because they're swimming above you because they're ghosts and you're people. But there's also about 3 or 4 of them in a room at one time, and they're throwing projectiles at you, and you have no health bar. So just every now and then it's just you're dead.
Where to start? Well, the news you heard about Ulfric was true. The Imperials ambushed us outside Darkwater.
So it was. I got mostly through the first level, and then the end of the first level is you're back out on the street, and then everything just destroyed me over and over and over again. I just said, this isn't fun. I mean, I get that it's a challenge, I get that it's hard, but I put this on medium difficulty. It said, oh, do you want this on casual, where you might see some combat? I'm like, might? No, I want to, I'd like to see the game. I said, oh, this is what we recommend. This is, medium. So it's possible that I should have tried it in casual, but the mechanics for it seemed too much. It was just too much to do. I'm like, no, I just hit it with your proton pack, suck it into a trap. Let's play Luigi's Mansion, get her done.
You want to play as the Commodore 64 version of Ghostbusters?
No, I do not.
Have you ever played that? That's the best.
Maybe? I don't remember.
It was also the NES one.
Maybe we can lay up for
I think I did. I played some more Shadow of the Colossus this afternoon. That was awesome. You should come over and we should play more of that.
You and your
Nah.
friend are welcome to stay here as long
It's
as
pretty
you
good.
need to. Let me worry about the Imperials.
But if you want, I could bring over Monkey Ball for a couple hours if you want.
I'm glad to help
Sure.
any way I can.
Sure, man. Take the army. Do you have any supplies?
Like I said, I'm glad
What
to help
Switch
in
house
any way
number
I
is
can.
yours again?
Help yourself to
House?
whatever
No.
you need.
Oh, number. Hang on.
You don't know?
I got up yesterday morning at 8. No, I don't currently remember my address. I need to think
I
for a
don't
second.
know where I live.
I'm pretty sure I'm 14.
Okay.
I'm number 14. Oh, yeah. Oh, garnet. Psh, yeah. Lockpick. Give me that. Potion of minor healing. Ring of minor health.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna go see if I can find that, and I'll take a pop over in a bit.
Adventure.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, as he's ruled Whiterun Hold well for years, but he seems in over his head now. He's been trying to stay out of the war, but it can't last. He's going to have to pick a side.
Gonna pick a
He's going to
side.
make the wrong choice.
Y'all gonna make it happen.
I wouldn't say that. But he and Ulfric have been at odds
He's
for
gonna
years,
be
and
the
I'm afraid
sixth
Balgruuf will end
bell.
up siding with the Empire because of it.
You
But it's hard to believe that even Balgruuf would choose Elisif over Ulfric.
What's his game plan, Mrs.?
Of course, Ulfric's cause is just. It's time for Skyrim to rid itself of the Empire.
Okay.
The Empire may have been good for Skyrim once upon a time, but those days are long past. Banning the worship of Talos was the last straw. Thalmor everywhere, dragging people off for honoring our own gods. I'm glad Ralof is helping drive them out of here. If I was a bit younger, I might have joined the fight myself.
Still can. I picked up a bunch of swords in my way.
Cross the river and then head north. You'll see Whiterun
All
on
right.
its hill
I
as
guess.
you pass
Do
the
I go to
falls.
Whiterun or do I do something first or?
I
Who's
suppose
else?
she's Jarl Elisif now. She married High King Turug just before Ulfric killed him. The Empire supports her claim to be High Queen. I don't really have anything against her. Not her fault that her husband Turug was bought and paid for by the Empire. But she's nothing but a puppet for the Empire now, with her husband Turug dead. Ulfric will make sure she never takes the throne as High Queen.
Alright.
Some say murdered, but it was a lawful challenge in the old way. Ulfric called him out as a traitor to Skyrim and killed him in single combat. If Torrig couldn't defend his throne, he had no business being High King. No, not until the Moot meets to choose another, and it won't meet until one side or the other wins the war.
Ooh. It's gonna be a
Don't
while.
worry though. Ulfric is our rightful High King. He'll drive out the Empire, and Skyrim will have peace at last.
Fui at west.
All right then.
Okay.
Thanks, sister. I knew we could count on you.
I ought to get back to work before I missed, but did anyone else escape?
I hope to see you in Windhelm. Don't worry.
Wind down.
I'm sure he made it. Saw a dragon, did you? Tell me, what was it like? Well, I'll be.
That's a sight I'd like to see. So I guess I'm just gonna talk to you.
Understand. I hope that dragon stay. I'll let them into the house and, show them where everything is.
Help them drink up our mead, you mean? Good luck, brother. I'll see you later.
Don't worry about me. I know.
What are my quests currently? Before the storm. Talk to Girder in Rivenwood. I've done that. Talk to the Jarl of Whiterun. So is this complete? That one's incomplete, I guess. Let's me send the Jarl to send soldiers to protect Riverwood.
I'm glad to help any way I can.
Whiff. Here we go. Please. There's fish sitting here. Okay, so shift slows me down. Huh. Let's keep running this way. I'm gonna put away my, there we go. I don't need that. Yeah, alright, so she gets it out immediately. Cool. Hello! There's an ibex. Or, I don't know, reindeer or something. Boom! Oh, right in the collarbone. Want some of this? Pretty good. What? Why did that just... I think we do the wrong thing. It's weird, just sort of paste down. Whoa! Preparing to launch. Why would you prepare to launch? Okay, I need to remember to stay on the road. That's an issue. 'Cause this is the way to White Helm. A bridge type thing. I don't know why my mouse cursor is kind of in there twice. But I'll keep it there, just in case. There's some people. What up, gents? The bear?
Imperial business. Be on your way.
Trying. Here, so
They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready.
okay. I guess. Maybe. Kind of hoping it would lead me to a nice gate. Was thinking about it. Get you to the gate. Whoa. You know, on the other side of the sewer. Yeah. Okay, well that's a gatehouse. And a gate. No, can't really get up there. No. Stop sneaking in everywhere. Put your axe away. There we are. Is that where I'm going? Okay. Oh. Evidently not. might have what I'm looking for, but y'all got a gate there, dogs? Aha! Here we go.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Okay.
Riverwood's in danger too. You better go
There,
on
be
in.
nice.
You'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach, at the top of the hill.
Thank you.